Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome once again to my live talk show, Being Social. As I always say, in Being Social, I try and bring inspirational personalities before you for discussion, one on one chat so far. Let me upfront apologize to our guest this evening, our esteemed guest, Professor Chandra Shekhar Pant. I gave him only 5 minutes notice because our live, which was scheduled with Priyal Bharadwaj, will not happen at this time. She has been summoned to the party office suddenly, so she could not be available. So we have requested Professor Pant. Professor Pant has taught economics basically in Delhi University and Sherupse College, the only graduate college those days in Bhutan. And he has also taught tourism. He started that subject in Dyal College in University of Delhi. And he has been teaching economics, management, tourism in Bharti Vidyapeeth as guest faculty for a long time. Now he is doing freelancing. He is a social activist, also an esteemed founder member of our Center for Social and Management Solutions. So we have made it at the 11th hour, the last minute change. So hopefully, people will join a bit later. We haven't shared with others. Anyways, they will be able to watch recording. So welcome, Professor Pant, to our this show, and let's hear about your education, your early childhood, what you want to share with our viewers.
Thank you very much, Dr. Uday Shankar Pant ji, for inviting me. जिसको कहते हैं देर आए दुरुस्त आए, चाहे 5 मिनट का टाइम दिया आपने, but I am too happy to interact with you at this occasion. As far as my childhood is concerned, I come from a very lower middle class modest family. My father was a PCS allied officer in Uttar Pradesh. So during childhood, wherever he used to be transferred, I used to go with him. So my primary education, etc., has been at various places. Say Tharali, which is a block in Chamoli district. I studied and passed my class 5th. That time it used to be a board. I went to Talwadi to give that examination. Then I went to Jaunpur with him, went to Gairsan, and from Gairsan, I passed my higher secondary. Again, it was a board, and since Gairsan that time was not a very known place as it is today, so I went to Karnaprayag to give my class 8th examination, and again class 10th examination to Karnaprayag. I vividly remember to have represented my school in district rally at Chamoli, because Chamoli was the district that time. Then I went to Munshari in Pithoragarh. I was in Nainital also for my intermediate, stayed in Crackland Hostel, GIC Nainital. That time, I.K. Ganju. Incidentally, I.K. Ganju sir was the principal of Dyal College also. So he was a principal of GIC Nainital also. So I studied there. And then I went to Munshari for my final examination because my father had been posted there. Did my graduation from Pithoragarh. Then I went to Nainital. Then I went to Jawaharlal Nehru University. And that's how I did my master's of philosophy. And unfortunately, I could not complete my research that time. So I registered again with CSRD. So that's how my education goes.
Thank you, Professor. We have noticed that in remote places, mountain districts like Uttarakhand, those days, your days, my days, Uttar Pradesh, and this was very inspirational for any little boy studying all over places wherever your father went on transfer and later to different places and one of the best universities like Jawaharlal University in India. And a little girl told me that you have also done advanced proficiency diploma in French. So vous parlez français, we know all that. So tell us now how you started your job and teaching. How suddenly you switched.
Sir, if you ask my initial job, I was after my master's not in a position to say where should I go. So uh, during my time, it was very difficult to get a job in Delhi University because it was highly competitive, and people from all over the world were aspiring to become a teacher in University of Delhi. Somehow I had a good luck that there was a part-time vacancy that time in Rao Tularam College, and I was appointed there as a lecturer on part-time basis. And that time I was also doing my research work at GNU. So my education has been haphazard because I went to JNU, came out, again went to JNU, came out like that because job compulsion was on my head. So after doing 1.5 years of stint, I was lucky to have been appointed by University of Delhi in the Housing College. I always salute my institution, which gave me enough income to live happily with my family in Delhi. Otherwise, it was very difficult.
तो प्रोफेसर साहब ये बताएं कि शुरुआत में तो जो है दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में ख़ास तौर से जहाँ आप पढ़ाते थे दयाल सिंह कॉलेज में वहाँ बड़े वातावरण अजीब सा होता था और इवन राउतराम कॉलेज में भी आप बताएंगे तो शुरुआत में कमिंग फ्रॉम अ स्मॉल प्लेस हाउ यू मैनेज्ड टीचिंग यहाँ तो बड़े ऑलमोस्ट प्रोफेसर्स की उस ज़माने में रैगिंग हुआ करती थी शुरुआत में बच्चे पढ़ने में इंटरेस्ट कम रहा
You see, when I went to the class first time, I was literally a small kid type. So students came to know that this is a new teacher who has arrived to our class today, and they sounded the nearby classrooms also. So all classrooms combined together, whether they were from economics or not, jumped in and they sat. When I just entered the classroom, uh, they snatched my attendance register from my hand, and one of the students said, "Attendance हम लगाएंगे." I happily gave it to him because I had no option to mark attendance. Then he did not do anything and he returned my register to me because I never resisted. I complied whatever they said. So I said, today is my first lecture, so I will introduce yourself and myself together. So when I started talking about my subject and why students should learn economics and how it is important for their future career, they all turned their back towards me. So I was facing them earlier, Now I was facing their back. So I got perturbed, and since it was my first class, so I got really nervous, but I did not leave it. Then they said to me, पढ़ाने की कोशिश मत करना हमको, हम खुद खुद पढ़ लेंगे, आप अपना काम करो और क्लास से बाहर निकल जाओ. So I said, how can I leave the class, because I have to meet you regularly now, 6 hours in a week, 4 periods lecture and 2 periods we used to have for preceptorial. So I thought if I leave today, it will give a very wrong message to my principal and to fellow colleagues that this fellow could not handle the class. So somehow I kept standing and interacting with them. So after about half an hour, uh, they submitted to me and they said, no, sir, it was your ragging and we are happy to work with you. Please teach, teach us the subject. I said, but most of the class has been done today, so let us meet tomorrow. And I said, very nice talking to you, and we will meet tomorrow. So next day onwards, we became friendly.
Okay, so then you were also advisor to the student union for a long time and in charge of admissions. Again, these used to be very difficult task to perform. Tell us something about those things before we go further.
Yes, actually, uh, as a teacher, you have to keep learning new things. If you are a good teacher, you should try and attempt to learn new things, even if you don't know them. So, yes, you are right. I was election officer. I was student union advisor in my college. I had run national service scheme and national cadet corps air wing, which used to have its parades and uh, daily exercises at Safdarjung Airport. It was one daily air. And then I had some interest in cultural activities also. So I was in charge cultural activities. So I had many hats to wear, and I always enjoyed wearing those hats.
What was the kind of discipline amongst teacher in your time in the beginning? I'm not talking about towards the end. In the beginning, I was told that the teachers did not take their jobs very seriously, or I mean, Delhi is like that. Everyone was pursuing some other individual options beyond the salaries of the university. So, would did you also observe such things?
Sir, actually, it is not only with teaching, it is with every profession. I think in civil servants also, there are bright ones, there are mediocre ones, and there are dullards ones also. So similarly, in every profession, including mine, we have some black sheeps, but normally Delhi University does not tolerate any complacency on the part of the teacher. It's a premier institution, and I am proud to have been associated with that institution. And most of my colleagues were as good as professors in the department. There can be one or two, exceptional cases. I will not cite why it is like that, because if selection is not correct, then you have to bear the consequences. And in selection, college alone is not responsible. The department, the university, the experts, all are responsible. If there is a bad hiring, one or two, not many. So we had roughly 120, and I don't think then one or two were complacent as far as their teaching and jobs are concerned. Most of them were sincere, and I had to learn many things from them. Sir, I think you are mute. I am not hearing you.
ओके, सॉरी। अब आपसे मैं एक बड़ा अननेचुरल सा सवाल पूछूंगा, आपको अटपटा सा लगेगा। कहते हैं लोग कि जो है बहुत ज़्यादा पढ़ने लिखने से यूनिवर्सिटी में डिग्रीज़ में बहुत तरक्की होती है, बहुत नाम होता है, क्वालिटी ऑफ लिविंग, लाइफ लाइवलीहुड सब बढ़ता है। लेकिन आपने देखा होगा, क्योंकि आप कांगलुंग में ईस्ट भूटान में 5 साल पहले और बाद में भी क्वाइट सम टाइम आपने पढ़ाया वहाँ। इकलौता एक कॉलेज हुआ है भूटान में था उस वक्त, अब तो उस मैनेजमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट वगैरह बन गए गेदू वगैरह में। मगर फिर भी वहाँ मिसाल दी जाती है क्वालिटी ऑफ लिविंग की, लाइवलीहुड की, हैप्पीनेस की। तो पहले तो आप ये बताएं कि ये शिक्षा और इसका क्या आपकी नज़र में वन ऑन वन रिलेशनशिप है, उसके बाद आपके भूटान के एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में बताएं ज़रा।
नहीं, जहाँ तक मैं समझता हूँ शिक्षा का महत्व तो हर क्षेत्र में है। बिना शिक्षा के आदमी पशु के समान है। लेकिन शिक्षा अकेले में मेरे ख्याल से मानव जीवन के लिए पर्याप्त नहीं है, क्योंकि ज़्यादातर जो है एक्टिविटीज़, हैंड्स ऑन एक्टिविटीज़ होनी चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से। ऐसी एजुकेशन का क्या फ़ायदा जो आपको दो रोटी ना दे सके। बिकॉज वन ऑफ द फंक्शन ऑफ education is making you able to find a job also, because how long you can be in the university system. So you have done your post graduation, you have done your research, then after that what? Then you come to the society because you have to live, survive. And by the way, if you have completed your PhD by 25 years, you have 35 years more to go before you retire. So in those 35 years, you have to show your efficiencies, caliber, and skills to earn for yourself and your family, and also to contribute in social progress. वो तभी हो सकता है जब आप में कुछ हुनर इस तरह के हों जो कि आपने यूनिवर्सिटी टाइम में सीखे हों। So university education is quite vast actually. It is not only confined to your subject alone. So you have to learn many things in the process. So suppose I am doing masters in economics or BA honors in economics. Beyond that, हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी में तो इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी कोर्सेज इसीलिए पढ़ाए जाते हैं ताकि आप अपने सब्जेक्ट से इतर भी कुछ सोच सकें और उस बारे में विचार कर सकें। तो जिस तरह के सिस्टम्स बनाए गए हैं मेरे ख्याल से वो पर्याप्त हैं और समय समय पर उन पर संशोधन होते रहते हैं। बाकी शिक्षक पे और विद्यार्थी पे दोनों पे डिपेंड करता है कि वो शिक्षा को किस तरह से लेते हैं। अ टीचर हु इज ऑलवेज thinking himself as a student will do much better than who thinks he has become an expert. So this is what is my take on education. And as far as you said, my days in Kanglung, yes, I was lucky to work in Kanglung. That time, that college was affiliated to University of Delhi. Its name is Sherupse College. Sherupse actually means in Jonkha, peak of learning. So it was the only college which was affiliated by University of Delhi outside Delhi. Otherwise, Delhi University never affiliates any college outside Delhi. So where economics fails, politics wins. So because of Indo-Bhutan special relations, so government of India thought that let Delhi University, which is a premier institution of India, affiliate Sherupse College, and our esteemed faculties be sent there. So we used to go under Colombo plan there. So I was lucky to go in the second batch, and I served there for 5 years. It was a wonderful experience. Yes, it is a gross national happiness country. People are very sincere in whatever respect you may say, whatever task you may give to them. Even if you call them at 8 o'clock evening, that gentlemen and ladies, your class will be held at 8 p.m. to night, all 100% attendance you will find in the class 5 minutes before you enter the class. So that was the obedience on the part of students. And my students did very well actually. It's not my contribution alone, it's their own hard work, the government's efforts, and the fellow colleagues and their learning. So most of them are ministers, chief justices, Central Vigilance Commission in charge, diplomats, Bhutan Foreign Service, like that. So I really enjoyed. I thank Government of India to have selected me. Ministry of External Affairs used to select us. Many people from University of Delhi used to compete to go to Sherupse. So after I came back, there have been many batches. Now that they have established their own Royal University of Bhutan, Sherupse is no more affiliated to University of Delhi because they have developed their own university system. And that is what we wanted also. So any help is the best help which does not require further help. So that was our motto. So we developed the department there. Again, I went after my retirement uh, for 5 years there just to see how it was functioning. Actually, I was going to teach management in Royal Institute of Management and Gedu College. But somehow luck was like this that there was shortage of faculty in Sherupse and they insisted that I should be sent to Sherupse. Again went to Sherupse from 2016 when I retired to 5 years 2021.
Yes, sir. While my stint in the International Monetary Fund and also Ministry of External Affairs and elsewhere, whenever I met senior Bhutan officers or diplomats, the first question they would ask me, "You are Mr. Pant. Do you know Mr. Chandrasekhar Pant? He was our guru. He was our teacher." I said, "Oh, you studied in Kanglung?" He said, "Yes. Where else? We only had Kanglung." So either we study in Kanglung or Bhutanese will study in Delhi or abroad. So yes, wherever you seem to be a household name in Bhutan. 10 years is a very long time. So I'm sure during those 10 years, thousands of students of yours would have got the benefit of your teaching. Let's take some reactions of the viewers here. They are not just reactions, they are comments. Dishaji is saying very inspiring to listen to him. Looking forward to learning more. गीता जोशी फ्रॉम रानीखेत इज सेइंग दोनों को सादर प्रणाम प्रेरणात्मक प्रेरणादायक चर्चा Mr. Rajendra Prasad is saying welcome to a I'm sorry I merged it, a versatile personality. Bhaskaranand is saying Ati Sundar Vartalap. Kishore Avasthi from Indore is saying a broad and versatile experience combined with sharp clarity of thoughts and truly sets you apart. And Rajendra Prasad ji again is there. He is saying he would like to know your role as UN volunteer as well as an NCC officer. Yes, we were about to come to that subject also. You had experience with the UN. Tell us where all and what interesting moments would you like to share with our viewers?
Sir, I would like to say that all the opportunities which I got is God's grace to me. Like me, there will be thousands of people, who are more capable than me. So I always give credit to God's will, which, gave me an opportunity to go different places. Actually, I must tell you that before doing my teaching, I was also selected by Reserve Bank of India and Punjab National Bank So I was in a dilemma that should I go to banking or not. So you will not believe, uh, I went to chief CEO, which we say, of Punjab National Bank, and I went straight to his room and I said, sir, I am thinking of joining teaching in University of Delhi. I have been selected in your bank. Will you please advise me? Should I join banking or should I join lecturership? Professional officer, I was appointed. Excuse me, I am not keeping good health, so you have to bear with me. So this CEO of Punjab National Bank said to me, Mr. Pan, you see, I have also come to this seat through the appointment as probationary officer. Now it's up to you. There is no dearth of promotions in the banking sector also, but I will not insist. What should you do? It should be free choice of yours. So think and decide. So I came back. Then there was one fellow of mine, my friend, who was working in Reserve Bank also. I went to Reserve Bank. I said, what to do? Should I join Reserve Bank? He said, the job is okay. Payments are also okay. But life is monotonous. So I said, then forget it. I will not join. That time, please keep in mind, I was not permanent appointee of University of Delhi. I kicked both of the jobs. And I continued teaching part-time. That time, actually, permanent appointments were banned in University of Delhi. All my colleagues had to wait long time to be appointed on regular basis. So that's how luck, takes you wherever. And I must tell you that when it comes to United Nations also, it was just because of my working with University of Delhi that I was selected there. So I have worked with Cambodia. We used to call it UNTAC. So that time Khmer Rouge were creating many problems in Cambodia. We went there. It was a question of life and death. So we were appointed as district level officers, like you have district magistrates here. I had a couple of friends who were from your bureaucracy, Indian Administrative Service people also. They were also with us. So we had another uh, life risk there. I remember very vividly, one day I was sitting in my room and suddenly I thought, let me have dinner. I started my car and the light fell on somebody. So he raised the gun like this and shot. And the bullet went just from my ear, and it does not touch me and did not harm me. And why he fired? Because he got irritated that I am flashing light on his face. So that was the situation there. So I also worked with United Nations program in South Africa. I was posted in Preveng, and my job was peacekeeping there and watching funerals. There was a lot of violence between whites and the blacks, and Preveng was Johannesburg, Soweto West Rand. Soweto is the colony which is still today for its there with a colleague of mine. She was from France, and she and I used to, watch funerals that no nonsense happens there. We used to be assisted by police, international police. So we were their heads. And yeah, it was a nice experience, long tales, which cannot be summarized in 2, 3 lines. So I will keep those experiences with me. So it broadly opened my horizon, and I saw how people work. And it's not only in university system; it's everywhere you can learn many things. And there also I was credited to be a very good officer working in United Nations, both places, uh, Cambodia also and South Africa also. In Cambodia, I used to fly every Saturday to Bangkok. We had Russian pilots in helicopter. I used to come from there, and we used to fill all materials and went back to Cambodia. So they will not understand English. They will not understand Hindi. So we used to have conversation with sign languages. They used to also laugh. I used to also laugh with them. So it was a regular routine. So those also were the days. I miss those days.
I understand that the Khmer Rouge, although they were deadly guys, and because of UN intervention, they were also appalled. But they had sympathy, and they had good thoughts about Indians. So, did you have any such incident where you came across in direct contact with these Khmer Rouge guys?
No, I never had any direct interaction with them because till my arrival in Cambodia, things had subsided. Some of my colleagues did have. One, uh, I think his name was Sanjay Joshi. He was a IAS officer. His car was blown, and he was, I think, 3 4 months admitted in the hospital. And these Khmer Rouge and their party people never attacked directly. They used to, lay mines. And whenever UN cars used to go, and they will travel over those mines, then they will blast. And our situation was we always had one car individual, and we were not supposed to give any lift to anybody. We were our own peon, we were our own driver, we were our own officer, and we had instructions that in the night you have to fill your car, and the car should be in a running position, and its mouth should be towards the road. So if there is a signal, so you have to keep your bag, passport, and little money, and with that passport you have to run and drive your car to safer distances. So these I learned. Our trainers were also very good. In fact, I was not an expert driver. So it was United Nations which taught me driving, which taught me map reading while driving. I had a British friend. He used to say, "Okay, Mr. Pan, you are a murky driver. You cannot drive car properly. So I will drive, you read the map." So when I used to read the map, the car would have gone 1 mile ahead. Then I will say, "Please turn to left." Then he will snatch the map from my hand and will say, "You are good for nothing. Neither you can drive nor you can read the map. What will I do with you?" And whenever we used to stop, he used to say, "Oh my God, good old days. We ruled over you, and today I am lifting your bag." So this fellow came to Paschim Bihar also at my place and stayed with me one month. So that was the camaraderie with each other.
Yes, we all had our taste of these digital and technology challenges sometime or other. Even now, sometimes we struggle, and the young ones and the those who are well versed with these things, they laugh at us. That was interesting, and yes, the United Nations gives you this only option that you have to manage yourself uh, at all times. At times, even you have to uh, be responsible for your own security beyond you know, the limits of the offices. So these are very interesting things. What about South Africa? You must have had a better experience and perspective in South Africa. South Africa had a lot of respect for Indians because of Gandhiji, and the initial satyagraha started from there, and in Joburg where you were, and they were I mean very fond of and grateful to Indians. What was your experience?
Sir, I must tell you that I have always been a suspect. So when I was appointed to South Africa, I went to their embassy. Their embassy running from at you know. So I went there, met the diplomat because they had not constructed their own embassy at Chanakyapuri that time. So I asked, uh, sir, will you advise me to go to South Africa? He said, why are you going there? I said, I have been selected by United Nations as an international observer and also as a district education expert. So my job would be, educating people about democratic norms and training people and also supervising elections. Nelson Mandela was the contestant that time when we went. So he said, I can only say that there is nothing wrong in going there. You will put on weight, I'm sure, if you eat well there. You are very thin here, but if you go to South Africa, you will put on weight. So I was, overwhelmed. I said, yeah, that's the place I should go. So I went there and in Joburg, and I was posted in Southwest Rand team. And Soweto was also our jurisdiction where we had to, other than teaching at Southwest Rand, we had to supervise I and Catherine Pascal, that lady, very beautiful lady. So when she used to, we had only one car, and day and night we were together. Whole nights also we have slept in one car, and this lady was a very fine and sophisticated lady. Uh, but she could not eat Indian food because our food is, lot of masalas we put. So she used to shy away. But other foods, when I used to go to her, she used to give me very nice food. So it was roughly, yeah. Then from there we had a chance to go to Cape Town. We had a chance to Kenya. We were not allowed to move many. We convinced our supervisor, and they gave us 3 days uh, leave. So we went to Kruger National Park, and stayed there. We were one fellow from Kenya, one fellow from Pakistan, one me, one Catherine Pascal, who was from uh, France, and one from Germany. We ganged up, and went there. So it was a nice trip. So doing our job and uh, learning many things. So I became very positive minded person after that.
वेल यस, आपने सोवेतो का जिक्र किया तो मैं हमारे व्यूअर्स के लिए बता देता हूँ. सोवेतो वाज ए प्लेस इन द आउटस्कर्ट्स ऑफ जोबर्ग, जहाँ की पहले इंक्लोजर्स में रहा करते थे. जो जो ब्लैक्स दे वर सपोज टू बी लिविंग इन द इंक्लोजर्स. कहीं उन्हें सिटी में जाएंगे, काम करेंगे, 5 बजे तक उनको इंक्लोजर में वापस आना होता था. इवन नेल्सन मंडेला ऑल्सो यूज टू लिव इन सोवेतो. मिडिल सर्कल में ब्राउन लोग रहते थे, इंडियन टाइप्स के, जो उनके कोलैबोरेटर्स होते थे अंग्रेज़ों के. एंड इनर सर्कल्स में दी एवरीथिंग वाज फॉर दी वाइट्स. सो अपार्थाइड की पॉलिसी के समय की बात है. तो उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में उन्होंने सोवेतो की बात की. तो सोवेतो वाज प्राइमरली दी ब्लैक ड्वेलिंग्स
Yeah,
इन
sir, if I may be allowed, racial discrimination इतना ज़्यादा था कि I remember one day we went to a restaurant. It was written there for whites only. So we were UN people and we had UN laissez-passer. As you are aware, you have done many missions. So we went there and he said, "You are not allowed in." I said, "We are UN people. This is my UN pass, UN laissez-passer. How can you refuse entry?" Then he said, "No, you read this. Can you read this? For whites only." I said, "Who am I?" He said, "You are brown." That day I came to know that in this world, people are known by their skins: black, brown, white, yellows, and so on and so forth. It was also an eye opener to us. I and one of my Pakistani friends both went. We wanted to have, you know, sushi there. So somebody said it is available there, you can go there. But we were shunted out. We were not allowed in. So that is also my experience of racial discrimination.
जी, ये तो अंग्रेज़ों का यूएसपी हुआ करता था हमारे यहाँ. द हिल स्टेशंस लाइक शिमला में और नैनीताल में बोर्ड लगे रहते थे अंग्रेज़ों के ज़माने में, फॉर नेटिव्स एंड हॉर्सेस यू हैव टू गो टू फ्रॉम द लोअर मॉल रोड, नॉट ऑन द मॉल रोड. मॉल रोड वाज रिजर्व्ड ओनली फॉर द.
Please come again, sir. You are not audible.
ओह, आई एम सॉरी, आई वाज ऑन म्यूट. तो मैं ये कह रहा था कि अंग्रेज़ों के ज़माने में नैनीताल में शिमला में भी नेटिव्स एंड हॉर्सेज वर सपोज टू वॉक ऑन द लोअर मॉल रोड्स, नॉट ऑन द मॉल रोड, जो कि अंग्रेज़ों के लिए वाइट स्किन लोगों के लिए रिजर्व हुआ करते थे. तो ये रेशियल डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, अपार्थाइड, ये सब चीज़ें चलती रहीं. इन मैनी अदर फॉर्म्स एशियाटिक और अफ्रीकन सोसाइटी में भी ये प्रचलित रहा है अंग्रेज़ लोगों के अलावा. खैर, उस बारे में फिर कभी चर्चा करेंगे. आपने राजेंद्र जी की वो बात का एनसीसी के आपके एक्सपीरियंस का नहीं बताया, आपने वो बताएं. उसके पहले मैं आपको एक चीज़ और बता दूं. और यहाँ आपके कोलीग आजकल जो दयाल सिंह कॉलेज की प्रिंसिपल हैं भावना पांडे जी कह रही हैं, नमस्कार सर, यू हैव बीन ए पिलर ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ एंड अपराइटनेस इन द डिपार्टमेंट. और एक सज्जन या जो भी हैं उनका कोडेड अकाउंट है, नाम से नहीं है, Peace1234, वो कह रहे हैं वेरी इंस्पायरिंग. तो एनसीसी के बारे में कुछ बताएं सर.
Sir, actually, when I did my graduation, I wanted to join Air Force. So I went for SSB, Staff Selection Board at Dehradun. Clement Town was the place where we were supposed to be. And as you know, people are shunted out on the first day, and then rest of them who are not shunted out are told what to do on fifth or sixth day when conference happens. Unfortunately, I was very hopeful that I will be selected and I will join army, but that did not happen because with a sweet note by the chairman of the committee that it's not the only job which you should look after. There are thousands of jobs available, and army is not the only job for you. So we wish you best of luck. And they packed us in the army vehicle and dropped us at the railway station. So my that desire of wearing uniform did not uh, get completed that time. So when I came to university system, I still remember Vice Chancellor and Air Vice Marshal and this Air Vice Marshal type of people, from Army, Navy, and Air Force, and one Vice Chancellor. They used to select that time. Now selection is not that difficult because they are not getting people. And they said we want an NCC officer to look after one Delhi Air. One Delhi Air was the NCC unit which encompassed all colleges. Normally, every college has its NCC unit, but one Delhi Air and two Delhi Air for girls, one Delhi Air for boys are the NCC units even today, which are selecting people from all colleges of University of Delhi. So I was selected there, lucky enough. Then I was sent to AFMC, Armed Force, AFAC, Armed Force Administrative College, Coimbatore, for 3 months. So I topped there, and my colleague Nirmal Singh was the close contestant. Nirmal Singh has been politician in Jammu and Kashmir. He is still there. He represents BJP. Sometimes we talk about that Air Force days. So I had students from different colleges who used to have their parades at Sabdazing Airport. We used to have flying, Cessna, gliders. So I never knew flying, but because I was the NCC officer, so I had a chance to fly with my instructors. So I used to normally fly 2-3 times. To be there, I used to know that today is flying, so I used to reach there. So there was a jeep which I used to drive in Sabdazing Airport. It was all open, jungle type thing. Your jeep can go this way, that way, no problem. So you have to just ram the engine, that's it. So we used to teach the courses there, principles of flight and parades. For parades, we used to have instructors, and those instructors used to parade. Our job was to supervise them. And then whenever there was Air Force celebrations, especially air balloon show every year, that time we had tough time because we were the junior most and not even commissioned regular officer. So everybody will say, hey, come this way, hey, come this way. And we had a very small, rank profile here. They used to have this big, this big. So we used to feel very insulted that to us, what are these things? But then it was part of the game. So that was very interesting there also.
तो आपके इतने सारे एक्सपीरियंसेस और इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरीज हैं, मैं निर्णय नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ किस बारे में बात करूँ किस बारे में नहीं करूँ। मैं ब्रीफली जंप करता हूँ जल्दी जल्दी। आपने दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में दयाल सिंह कॉलेज में विदाउट हैविंग स्टडीड टूरिज़्म फॉर्मली आपने टूरिज़्म डिपार्टमेंट को शुरू किया, चलाया, उसको बच्चों को सक्सेसफुल बनाया। वन ऑफ द जॉब अर्नर सब्जेक्ट दोज डेज यूज टू बी डी टूरिज़्म। इकोनॉमिक्स तो सभी लोग पढ़ लेते थे, उससे ज़्यादा जॉब जो है टूरिज़्म से मिलते थे लोगों को। तो उस बारे में कुछ बताएं, कैसा रहा आपके, मतलब क्या ये सारा जंजाल आपने पाला और इकोनॉमिक्स भी पढ़ाते रहे, टूरिज़्म भी पढ़ाया विदाउट एनी रेम्यूनरेशन, तो कैसा रहा एक्सपीरियंस?
इसमें मैं वन लाइनर कहना चाहूँगा कि देंगे इस जहां को हम, जो पाएंगे इस जहां से हम। तो जो इस जहां ने हमको दिया, हुनर या जो भी शिक्षा दिया, उसको हमने रेसिप्रोकेट किया अपनी तरफ से जो हो सकता था। असल में टूरिज्म का जो कोर्स है दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में, वोकेशनलाइजेशन ऑफ एजुकेशन के नाम पे जब एजुकेशनल रिफॉर्म्स हो रहे थे, तो दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में 3 कॉलेजेस को दिया गया. One was Zakir Hussain College, one was St. Stephen's College, and one was Dyal College. So our principal, I don't know what he thought. There was a tussle between history and economics department. But then he thought C.S. Pant is a better person. I don't know why he thought, but he thought like that. And my competent was Dr. Dua. Then I said, no, sir. We both will run the department. So Dr. J.C. Dua of history and I were the pioneer of this course. St. Stephen's did not start it at all. Zakir Hussain did. I will tell you a story that once some university wanted to develop tourism course for graduates, right? So they thought Delhi University is running this course. Let us ask for the syllabi and the format, how they are running the course, what are the papers, and so on. So the letter came to Vice Chancellor. Vice Chancellor passed it to Registrar. Registrar passed it to Deputy Registrar. Deputy Registrar colleges. Deputy Registrar colleges passed it to Principal Dyal Singh College. Principal Dyal Singh College passed it to me, PS Pant, to comment. So I thought university departments, so many people are running this course and they have, you know, they are the stakeholders and they don't know what is the syllabus. So I had to submit that syllabus, and then those universities started as again.
So
It's all grace of God.
you formally studied tourism before teaching or just self-study?
Sir, I must tell you that whether you have done your master, postgraduate, doctorate, or delete, whatever, a teacher has to prepare his lecture every day because he has to appear for the examination every day. 60, 70 students are watching you in every class. So we used to prepare our lecture, never thought that we are experts in our subject. So we used to study and then go and then face the class. Same was with tourism. So we used to learn. So first you should have something here, no? And then only you can communicate. If you have nothing inside you, what? So to communicate to the students, first you should hold something in your brain. And for that, self-study, learning from one another, learning from others, learning with one another is important.
और सर फिर वो आपने फिर एक पलटी मार के उधर मैनेजमेंट पढ़ाने लग गए आप भारतीय विद्यापीठ में ग्रेजुएट स्टूडेंट्स को, एमबीए वालों को, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट स्टूडेंट्स को?
नहीं तो आप, मैंने सिर्फ भारतीय विद्यापीठ नहीं, इग्नू में भी I was expert on human resource management, so called. Okay, I don't claim myself as an expert, but they used to think that he is good in human resource management because they used to have feedback from the students. And if students give good feedback to me, it is not my fault. It is their credit actually. And on the basis of those feedbacks, आजकल आपको मालूम होगा कि हायर एजुकेशन में हमेशा जो अथॉरिटीज हैं वो फीडबैक लेती हैं स्टूडेंट से, डायरेक्टली, इनडायरेक्टली और गुप्त तरीके से भी. उनके जासूस होते हैं कि क्लास में क्या हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है. आजकल तो कैमरे लग गए हैं जनाब. तो ये एजुकेशन इज नॉट ए इजी सब्जेक्ट. और प्लस पेरेंट्स हमेशा टोल पे रहते हैं. उनको तो बच्चे बताते हैं ना कि क्लास में क्या हुआ या टीचर कैसे बिहेव कर रहा. चाहे हमारे पेरेंट टीचर मीटिंग ना होती हो, स्कूल तक ही लिमिटेड होती हो, लेकिन पेरेंट्स नो ईच एंड एवरी टीचर, इवन इफ दे हैव नॉट मेट हिम, थ्रू देयर वर्ड्स, who are अंडर आवर गाइडेंस। उन्होंने भी तो बेचारों ने 1-2 बच्चे होते हैं आजकल किसी के भी आपके सहारे भेजा है, तो वो तो फीडबैक लेंगे कि नहीं लेंगे। तो हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तो एज ए टीचर बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाती है। प्लस फेलो कलीग्स देखते हैं कि क्लास कैसी चल रही है। अगर आप बगल की क्लास में पढ़ा रहे हैं और मेरी क्लास से शोर आ रहा है, तो आपको समझ नहीं आ जाएगी कि क्लास कंट्रोल नहीं हो रही है।
सर बिल्कुल वेरी वेल सेड। अब एक और मिस्ट्री मेरी सॉल्व करिए। जनरली टीचर्स जो होते हैं पॉपुलर नहीं होते स्टूडेंट्स में, लेकिन आपका हिसाब बिल्कुल उल्टा है हिसाब किताब। आप दयाल सिंह कॉलेज में बहुत पॉपुलर थे, आप भारती विद्यापीठ में बहुत पॉपुलर थे, आप भूटान में ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा पॉपुलर थे कि लोग अब आप सोचते थे ये जाएं ही नहीं यहीं रहें, और इग्नू में आप पॉपुलर रहे। तो ये कैसे आपने ये कहाँ से ये हुनर सीखा, और ये मतलब इसकी क्या विशेषताएं जो कि बाकी लोग भी इस पे काम कर सकें, उनको कुछ प्रेरणा मिले?
ये सर उनकी महानता है, हमारी कोई महानता नहीं है। When you were also a student, you might not have liked all your teachers. Did you like all your teachers? But there would be some teachers whom you might have liked. So it happens. You like some, you don't like some, you love some, you hate some. तो ये लव हेट रिलेशनशिप है। तो ये भी सब ऊपर वाला देता है, नेम फेम सब कुछ।
तो कुछ
हमारा
तो
उसमें कुछ
होगा, कुछ तो हुनर होगा, कुछ तो आपको कुछ लगा कि मतलब क्यों, कभी लगा आपको, आपने सोचने की कोशिश की क्यों आप पॉपुलर हैं?
नहीं। मुझे ये नहीं लगा, लेकिन मुझे ये जरूर लगा कि जो भी काम मुझको दिया गया है उसको मुझे मुस्तैदी से करना है, विदाउट एनी कॉम्प्लेसेंस, बिना कोई काम चोरी के, बिना कोई रिवार्ड की परवाह किए। मुझे जो काम दिया गया है उसको अगर जितना मुस्तैदी और ये मेरे को मेरे पेरेंट्स ने सिखाया। उन्होंने बोला कि बेटा जब भी कहीं भी जॉब करो, कुछ भी करो, तो इस तरह से करना कि ताकि लोगों को लगे कि जन्म भर इसने यही किया है। ऐसा
बहुत
नहीं
खूब।
लगे कि इसने ये फर्स्ट टाइम कर रहा है।
जी। देखिए फिर भी खैर आप भी बड़ी विनम्रता है कि आप ये नहीं कह रहे हैं कि मैं उनको किस ढंग से ट्रीट करता था, अपने जॉब को सिंसियरिटी के साथ और बच्चों को अपना कर्तव्य समझ के, और उनके साथ उनके लेवल पे बात करना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है जो आप करते थे। तो इसीलिए बच्चों को भी लगता है कि हाँ जी फला फला इजी टू टॉक टू एंड वेरी हेल्पफुल। तो वो सारी चीज़ें होती हैं बहरहाल। अब मैं आपसे एक और दूसरी तरफ जानना चाहता हूँ। आपके सुपुत्र जो हैं, आपने उनको इंजीनियर बनाने की कोशिश की लेकिन वो एक्टर बन गए, और उनके साथ साथ क्या आप भी एक्टिंग सीख रहे हैं आपका, या उनके कोई ऑडिशंस वगैरह में आपको कैमरा संभालना पड़ता होगा जब उनके आसपास रहते होंगे? इस बारे में कुछ बताएं।
जी, मुझे बड़ा आनंद आता है अगर मैं उनके किसी काम आ सकूं तो, क्योंकि मेरे पास अब और कोई काम तो बचा नहीं है। लेकिन ऐसे मौके कम ही आते हैं, क्योंकि देखिए हमने भी पब्लिक फेस की है एज ए स्टूडेंट। लेकिन टीचर और एक्टर में ये अंतर है कि टीचर का वन साइडेड है। जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनको सुनना ही सुनना है टीचर को। दे हैव नो अदर ऑप्शन, दे हैव टू लिसन टू व्हाट आई एम सेइंग व्हेन आई एम इन द क्लास। एक्टर्स के साथ ऐसा नहीं है। उनका तो और भी जबरदस्त चैलेंज है कि अगर उनके जो लिसनर्स हैं अगर उनको पसंद नहीं करेंगे तो दे आर आउट। तो वो तो हमसे भी ज्यादा मेहनत करते हैं अपने किसी काम पे।
तो ऐसी
एक्टिंग
कोई
इज
अभी
नॉट ए
आप,
वेरी इजी जॉब।
अभी आपकी ऐसी कोई इच्छा है कि अब आप भी मतलब इस पे भी हुनर आजमाएं, कुछ एक्टिंग वैक्टिंग भी करें?
जी, इच्छा तो है। अब ऊपर वाले पे है कि अगर वो मेरी इस इच्छा को पूरा करे। इच्छाएं कभी मरती हैं क्या? मन जो है कभी बूढ़ा नहीं होता, और इच्छाएं कभी मरती नहीं है। और इच्छाएं एक पूरी होती है तो दूसरी 10 लाइन पे खड़ी रहती है। तो हमारे साथ भी ऐसा ही है सर।
अब मैं आपसे ज़मीन का सवाल पूछता हूँ। आप उत्तराखंड से आते हैं और उत्तराखंड राज्य बनने के बाद कई चीज़ें हुई, कई चीज़ें दिखाई देती हैं, अच्छी बातें भी हैं, कुछ कमियां वगैरह, इम्प्रूवमेंट का स्कोप तो रहता ही है। ओवरऑल असेसमेंट में आप क्या कहेंगे उत्तराखंड के लिए, दो लाइन में?
It's a beautiful state and it has a beautiful future if governed properly.
ये आपने गागर में सागर भर दिया, बहुत सब ये कह के आपने सब कुछ कह दिया। अब मैं आपसे, अब मैंने क्योंकि हमारा, मैं आपसे फिर से एक बारी, वी आर कमिंग टूवर्ड्स द एंड, मैं आपसे फिर से एक बारी माफ़ी मांगूंगा, क्योंकि आज की हमारी जो लाइव गेस्ट थी प्रियल भारद्वाज, वो उनको अचानक उनकी पार्टी ने बुला लिया उनके दफ्तर में, तो वो उन्होंने कहा कि मैं 8:30 आ सकती हूँ। उन्होंने कहा नहीं 8:30 फिर हम तो कर चुके, तो 5 मिनट में आने के लिए आपका आभार और हमारी तरफ से माफ़ी। और मैं नॉर्मली हमारा एक रिफ्लेक्स क्वेश्चंस का सेगमेंट होता है जिसमें आप बिना सोचे जवाब देते हैं, एक शब्द में या दो शब्दों में। फिर भी कोशिश करता हूँ मेरा भी लिए भी रिफ्लेक्स होगा। तो आपकी दृष्टि में बताइए, सबसे अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी आपको कौन लगी, दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी या जवाहरलाल यूनिवर्सिटी?
दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रेजुएशन के लिए नंबर 1 और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन और रिसर्च के लिए जवाहरलाल नेहरू यूनिवर्सिटी।
जी। और आपको सबसे ज़्यादा अजीज क्या है आज भी, उत्तराखंड या दिल्ली या महाराष्ट्र?
जहाँ जाए वहीं हमको अच्छा लगता है।
वेरी गुड। और क्या आपको, मतलब आपने वैसे तो बता ही दिया, आपने चुना अपना रास्ता, एम्बिशन आपकी यूनिफॉर्म की भी रही और कुछ और जॉब्स करने की भी रही, लेकिन आपने चुना एकेडमिक्स को। सो इन रिट्रोस्पेक्ट, what would you have been more contented with, uniform service or academics?
No, as when I was searching for jobs, that time I failed IAS examination also, for your kind information. I failed this army entrance test. Then I did not come to education by my choice. I had no other choice, so I joined. But once I joined, I made it a point to excel.
ओके, दे फाइनली आपकी दृष्टि में, आप इकोनॉमिक्स वाले रहे हैं, तो व्हाट इज़ मोर इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर सोशियो इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट ऑफ ए सोसाइटी, प्रॉस्पेरिटी मॉडल और ऑस्टेरिटी मॉडल?
Austerity model.
थैंक यू वेरी मच। इसी के साथ हम आपसे विदा लेंगे और अपने दर्शकों से कहेंगे धन्यवाद। आपने लास्ट मिनट के बावजूद जो भी आए, बाकी लोगों को हम बता भी नहीं पाए, तो अब आप लोग इसको शेयर करें अपने अपने ग्रुप्स में और उसमें दोस्तों के साथ, अपने कनेक्शंस के साथ, फैमिली के साथ, बिकॉज यू डोंट गेट टू hear such inspirational stories and experiences very often, heart to heart, without any preparation. And don't forget to ask your friends and yourself and others to subscribe to our channel CSMS India, and that is nothing for you, but it adds value for us, for our outreach. So thank you very much, audience, and sir, thank you very much once again. May
Thank you very much.
achieve many more things.
Last line I will say that you should talk to those where you don't have to think while talking. So that is what I thought today's discussion was.
Thank you.